Hello, this is Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing our monthly reading for the month of September for our Pisces folks. So today we're going to be looking at the theme for the month as well as some general aspects around what's going to be happening for you this month. And then we're going to check in with the messages from your angels to get a little bit more deeper information around all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. Your theme of the month is Nine of Air. And the air cards are all about the intellect and all about what's going on sort of in your head. And part of what this is about for you guys, Pisces, is, when you get into that sort of those fear-based thoughts or those negative thoughts, then you kind of get in a spiral where you're attracting more of those thoughts, right? And then you're not sleeping well, you're tossing and turning, and you're worried about this, you're worried about that. And, after last month where you really needed to take time to rest and sort of take that vacation time, some of you may be feeling behind, and that may be part of what's happening for you around this. But essentially what happens is when you're expecting the worst, that is self-fulfilling. So that's what ends up coming to you. So one of the things that I want to just caution you about is what you're hearing from other people about how things go and their beliefs. So if you really listen closely to other people when they talk, you can hear a lot of their beliefs coming out as they're speaking. And if you listen to them objectively rather than like getting on the bandwagon of agreeing with them, you can really see like, oh, wow, they really have a belief around this. Or, like sometimes, just as an example, somebody might say, oh, it's really hard to build a business, right? And it doesn't have to be hard. You can do it in a way that's easy and effortless, in a way that's fun and joyful. And so there's lots of people that build businesses and it's really easy for them. So that belief can be a limiting belief, and sometimes we take on other people's beliefs around things that are happening in our life, and that doesn't really help us, right? So what are you supposed to do about that? So it really is about just finding one little thing that you can focus on that's positive. So even if you have a circumstance around you that is frustrating you or that you're having difficulty with, if you can just find sort of that silver lining, like what is good about this? And so that's a great question to ask yourself. What's great about this? And what am I learning, right? That's another piece of it, because always when you have things happening to you in your life, it's always happening for you, and there's always a message. I feel a little bit like a broken record around that, but it's really, really true. And so I think sometimes I'll say it in different ways, and at some point you will catch that and be understanding what that's all about. So that's what we have for the theme for this month. So it's really about watching your thoughts and focusing on, as best you can, something that is more positive, okay? So you don't have to take the leap from A to Z. You've got to take steps as you go along to get to that better feeling place, as it were. If you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, it's Abraham-Hicks, HICKS.com, and they have sort of an emotional scale that they work with, and that's a similar concept where they're talking about needing to, you can't go from being super angry and depressed to being joyful. Like you can't get from there to here, right? You've got some steps to take in between. And so that's what this is about for you guys this month, is taking some steps towards a better feeling place for you. Okay, so let's see what else we've got happening this month. So we've got the Knight of Fire, and the fire cards, of course, are all about action, and they're all about passion. And this fire card is a duality card. So on the one hand, it's about a person, and on the other hand, it's about a circumstance or an event or an experience, that type of thing. So if you think about a fire person, fire people are typically very passionate, right? They are people that are compelling. So in this particular circumstance, the Knight of Fire is somebody that is confident, right? So you're compelled by them. They're confident. They may be a bit restless. So they might be somebody that's just like, they're itching to do something different. Like they can't sit still for very long. And so this person, I feel like has been, so this is a past card. This is somebody that you already know, somebody that's already in your life. And what I'm getting around this is that this person is someone that can sort of pull you out of that downward spiral with thoughts that you might be going through right now. So there's someone to be able to pull you out of that. And part of how they do that is just because they're so passionate about whatever it is that's going on for them. And so they're able to sort of pull you out of that. And then also to kind of show the light or shine the light on what might be something more positive around what's going on for you. Okay. So there is something that's coming up that is going to need your immediate attention. And so as a past card, I feel like maybe it's already come up and you're in the midst of it right now. And part of what this card is always a little bit of a conundrum, right? So part of it is that, time is of the essence, meaning you need to take action. Like there's a decision that needs to be made fairly quickly, yet they want you to take your time in making that decision. So don't go off just without thinking it through and taking that time to feel your emotions and get lined up with whatever the decision is that you're making, right? So, yeah. Interesting. It just feels like a little bit rough waters is what I'm getting around that. Okay. So what you need to know or work on right now, we have the 8 of Earth, and the Earth cards are all about how you make your money and what you need to do to be here on Earth. And of course, I love the number 8 because the 8 is about wealth. So that's the number in our Feng Shui Bagua. If you look at the wealth corner, 8 is the number that's associated with wealth. And so I really, I like this card coming up for you. Part of what this is about for you is about delving into sort of a new topic. It can be actually physically going back to school, going back to college, getting another degree, that type of thing. Or it can just be learning everything you can about a particular topic. So we had some energy shifts going on for you guys and some new things coming in. And this is really about kind of doing the back work now on that and studying up on it. So whatever that shift was for you, you now need to gather sort of the information around that. And then I'm also seeing with this that that you are in a place where you're feeling more confident about certain things in your life. And so part of this is about having climbed the mountain and being able to look back and kind of see where you've been, right? And so what I'm seeing around this is that it's almost like you've climbed several little mountains and now there's a couple big ones and you're a little bit like, oh gosh, I thought I was done, like I was at the top. Well, we're in life and we're human and it's never done. I mean, that's part of the joy of living is that there's always new heights to reach, right? And so that's part of what this is about. And I also feel like what you've been doing, like the work that you've been doing, you are being rewarded for that. So that's coming through in the month of September, is some rewards coming through around that. So that could be like, maybe if you work for someone else, that could be a pay raise. It could be a new opportunity, right? It could be just something where what the work that you're doing is going to be recognized or acknowledged, right? So that's what's coming through around that. All right, and then we have Archangel Metatron, who of course, as many of you know, is one of my favorites. And this is 0, the dreamer. And the 0 card is really about fresh starts. So again, for you guys, this is you've had some transitions, you've had some things going on, and this is that open portal for you. So it's time to take that leap of faith, okay? And I know I can feel around this for you guys still a little bit of a hesitancy about moving forward with what you really know you're meant to be doing and what you really are inspired to do. And so this is really about following your dreams. And as you do so, there's opportunities that are going to open up for you. So it's almost like once you step into this, like a whole new world opens up for you is what I'm seeing around that. And Metatron can really help you with the time aspect of things. So if you're feeling like you've got a time crunch, and as I'm thinking about this, I'm like, hey, Metatron, I could use you as I'm shooting these videos because I've got quite a number of them yet to do, and I could use a time warp, so I'm asking for that now. So asking for a time warp is very helpful. Metatron also helps you get organized. So if you're feeling a little bit like you don't know which end is up, ask Metatron for help in getting organized and figuring out what's a priority and what you can let go of. Because again, there's some stuff that you don't need to be doing that's not really that important, and it's not, once you step through that porthole, you're going to be like, oh, I don't really care about that anymore. So just paying attention to what that might be for you. Okay, so let us continue with the messages from your angels, and I affectionately call these guys the goofy angels because there are lots of different angels that you maybe haven't heard of before, and they have some great information coming through for you. Oops, didn't want that one. So slide those up. All right, so we've got Seraphina coming through. So this is a pass card, the basis of the situation. And so typically these are things that are already happening for you, something that's already in the works. And this is about a happy change or an addition to your family. So for some of you, this is actually a baby, right? You're either pregnant, you're getting pregnant, you're thinking about having another baby, that type of thing. Or it can be someone else in your family that's going to be having a baby. Or announcing a pregnancy, that type of thing. It can be, you know, it doesn't have to be babies, it can be puppies. So it can be a new dog, it can be a new cat. And the other piece of it is it can be sort of, you know, when we talk about a happy change or a happy shift in family, it can be about like getting married or someone gets engaged, or you know, there's someone that's being added to your family is part of what's coming through around this. And the other thing that I'm seeing around this is additional support coming through. So it's almost like this addition, whether it's a puppy or a baby or maybe even a new aspect of your business, because that can be a birth process too, it carries with it a particular type of magic. Like I just feel like it's special. It's not, you know, this soul or this thing that's coming through, whether it's a baby or a business or dog or cat or whatever. It's really got something magical about it, okay? And it's hard to describe to you until that comes in and you sort of see and feel how that is. But it just feels like a touch of magic, and that there's lots and lots of support around that. So that's what I'm seeing around Seraphina. Okay, and then we have Archangel Raphael, who is coming in just to let you know that he's still helping you heal. So whatever you got going on, he's there helping you work on that. And what I just want to say is if, you know, anything physical in your body, taking salt baths is really, really helpful because it helps clear your auric field, and then you can heal a lot faster. Your body really knows how to heal, and it can heal very quickly. So it's you know, it's just something that he's helping you with. And again, he's letting you know, and I feel like you guys have heard this before, but you are a healer. Just like Raphael is a healer, you are a healer as well. And so tapping into some of that wisdom that you might give one of your, you know, for instance, if you're a healer And you would tell a client who was in the same or similar situation with something physical what you would tell them to do, then take your own advice kind of thing, right? That's kind of what's coming through around that. And then we have Angel Lila coming through. And this is about spending some quiet time alone. So I still feel like that hermit stuff is coming up for you a little bit. That came up last month. And that's still, September is still sort of a month of quieter. So not getting out as much, more meditating, more connecting with your own spiritual self. And what they want you to do around this is to really tap into that dream state. So let your mind, give your mind something positive to do. So we've got this mind that's kind of going off in negative directions, right? And worried about things and all of that. So let's give our minds something positive and constructive to do, okay? So this would be, yeah, and actually, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put down, yeah, I'm just thinking for the action item. So for those of you that don't know, sorry, I am doing membership programs. So if for a very low cost, like it costs you less than a cup of coffee, what it would cost you for a cup of coffee, for each month I'm doing a membership program. And so I'm feeling like the action item I want to add to the membership group is dream life meditation that I have. And it's just something to help you get dreaming again. And so that's really what Lila's coming through and saying is, to give your mind something positive to do. Let your mind dream about what you really want. Let your mind go to, you know, that space of like, what if this happened? Or, you know, wouldn't it be nice if I created this? Wouldn't I just love to go on this vacation? Or whatever the case may be. So let your mind do something positive around that. Okay, and then the last card we have is Caressa, which is letting you know that you are at the end of a cycle. So this is again confirming that you're at the end of a cycle and starting a new one, okay? So that's where, you know, it's interesting because both of these cards kind of mirror each other. Both of them are about beginnings because the 0 is the very first card and that in you know, obviously, it's the very first card, and Caressa is also talking about it being the end of something, and then Metatron talking about the beginning, okay? So asking your angels to really comfort you and guide you during this time, and the endings can be about a number of different things. It can be about the end of a relationship. It can be the end of you know, maybe you are retiring from work, right? It can be the end of a just a phase in your life, maybe something that you had been doing or working on and now you're letting that go. It can also be about someone passing. So that, just to let you know that the angels are there to comfort you if you have a need or things come up, and I think that's part of where this quiet time is good for you as well, is to just sort of contemplate life and what it is that you really want for your life, okay? So super important. All right, so that's what I've got for you for the month of August for our Pisces. Or, I'm sorry, September. Gosh, it is still August, but this is for September. So sorry about that. So this is what we have for the month of September 2016 for our Pisces. And if you hang on a minute, you'll see a next video that will give you a little bit of information about my membership program. And if you're interested in joining me there, there's going to be a lot deeper dive information about relationships, career, finances, and health within that reading. For now, relax, have fun, and enjoy your life. Much love to you, Pisces. Hi, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji here again, and I want to just share with you a little bit more about my monthly deep dive reading membership that I'm offering, and this is going to give you a lot more information about 4 specific areas in your life. So that would be your health, which includes your physical, mental, emotional, and of course spiritual health. And then the second area is your finances. So what's happening with your money for that particular month. And then thirdly will be your career or your life purpose. What are you here for? And then the last area, of course, the fourth area is your romantic relationships. So we're going to go deep dive into each one of these particular areas. And it's not just a concept or ideas that I'm giving you. I'm actually going to give you real world action steps to take and the support to be able to do that. So much of the information that I'm going to be sharing are things that concepts and ideas, but also the action steps that I give to my private coaching clients. So it's really like having me as your private coach is a big piece of it. And the other thing that you're going to get in the deep dive readings is feng shui tips that I don't normally give in the broader readings, and special adjustments, special things that you can do to help shift the energy in your space. So lots of really cool things around that. The other thing that you're going to get is you will get monthly, you actually get some bonuses with this. So the bonuses that you get are my Archangel Insight Guide. So that's going to give you actually a handy chart for each one of the 15 archangels, and it tells you kind of their colors, what the stones that are associated with them, what types of things you can call upon them for. And then also you'll get archangel invocations, and those will be for specific angels and words that you can use to call upon them. So those are two bonuses that you'll get. And the third bonus is a meditation, and this is related to it's a grounding meditation, and you're going to get it as an audio, which I haven't offered before. So this is something that's strictly exclusively for my angel reading membership members. And you guys get the readings in your email inbox, and you'll also get an audio version of both the general reading as well as the deep dive reading, so that you can listen to it again during the month to get further tips and actions. And then the other thing that you'll get with the membership is you will have a more like actual documents and things like that to help you work through the different processes. So you'll get sort of the support behind the actions that I'm giving you. I may give you an action step, and then I'll have a document that will help explain that. Or I might do a special audio for you around that. You also get a discount on all of my private readings, and that's something that you get as long as you are a member. So that's a really cool advantage that you get as well. And then as I roll out different feng shui courses and different things like that, the members will actually get discounts on those as well. So there's lots of juicy things that you can get from it. And of course, it's that sense of peace and calm, that sense of guidance, that you have someone that's there for you, and the information that you need to make your life easier. So take a look at the link below. There's a link below to check out all the juicy details. You can, of course, just order a single deep dive reading. That's always available to you. And then you can also order, be part of the membership, where you get all of those juicy things that I just talked to you about. And that you can do on a monthly basis, where you're billed monthly, or you can pay upfront for it and save a little bit of money. I think it saves you about $10, $10, something like that, to pay for it all up front. And then you get that information on a monthly basis. So check it out below. Much love to you, and enjoy your day.